Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading where we get straight to love and the thick of it. You know what? I'm going to do the dice too. See if there's any different messages having to do to pertain just with love. But in the general, dice were good. Cards were good. There was a lot of love in the general. Soulmate, twin flame, soul flame, any name you can think of relating to love, it popped up there. So you might want to check that out. I'm going to begin with Weekend Away. Spend money. And it's 50-50. Spirit says stay in bed. Doesn't say that has to be alone. Also, no. And 29, all about spiritual partnership. And when I decided to start this reading, 2:22 in the morning on Monday the 7th, which is Soulmate Day, going all the way back to the time of King Solomon on the Hebrew calendar. It is 15 of. So maybe that's why I'm feeling this way. So now I'm going to begin with the Angel Tarot. I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to do my cross spread, and I've done the cross spread with the Angel Tarot before. One of the most memorable times I remember I had laid out, particularly for the masculine, the Four of Cups. And I was saying, oh, he feels like he doesn't have enough cups. And for some reason, I went back and clarified, although it was the cross spread. And sure enough, it was the Six of Cups that came out. I said, now he has all the cups he needs and he can make a move. But yeah, so we have done it before, although I don't do it often. I tend not to pull these out in the love reading, but I don't know. Something was telling me to do it today, so let's do it. I'm beginning with the Queen of Air, which could be here representing Mercury. This week we have the Mercury retrograde on the 12th. Mercury already in its shadow, approaching that retrograde. This week there's also a very favorable transit between Venus, this can also be Venus, and Venus and Mercury. I don't know why I drew that blank for a second. Yeah, so depending upon where in your chart it is, I mean, it'll mean different things for different people, but it is a favorable transit. Also, this can be here for Aquarius, the Aquarius moon, which is also today. The Soulmate Day isn't the only thing that's today. The Aquarius moon as well. Queen of Air is an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or somebody taking on those traits or attributes. She's independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. Objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, which is what we do in general. Not only with retrogrades, but with a full moon and with a lunar eclipse, which also occurs today. Seeing the humor in the situation as well. And opening to the Eight of Water, a decision to move on. Exactly. It's that time. The surge for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. Yep, leaving old things behind to vacate a space for new. Eight of Water. Opening to the Seven of Water. Maybe some of us have to decide exactly what to let go before we don't want to rush to judgment, as they say. A complex decision. The need to do research. Stop procrastinating. I think the Knight of Water also wants to be seen. Yep, that's him. Emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative is the Knight of Water. Falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and an invitation to a social event. The Knight of Water is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or somebody taking on those traits or attributes. He may be the person that has the decision to make, he or she. Eight of Water. And whatever we have to do, whomever has to do it, we have the strength as well, says Archangel Ariel. Great inner strength at that. Release harsh judgments, though, and exercise instead some forgiveness and compassion. Eight of Water. And the Seven of Earth. Seeds well planted. A temporary standstill. pause in action, and unnecessary worry. It's because we don't see anything happening. We, like a watch pot never boils. We don't see the seeds sprouting into little plants. We think nothing's happening. We don't realize there's growth underneath. There's roots taking form underneath the soil. 8 of water. I'll go one more. Oh, I'm glad I did. It's 29, only in card form. This is the 2 of fire. It is all about partnership. Perhaps spiritual, like 29. It can be romantic, can be business, can be a combination of those. It's partnership, nonetheless. You've come into your own new partnerships and contracts as well. Continue to move forward. Okay? This is about moving forward. This tells us to continue to move forward. We're finally coming together in pairs of 2. 8 of water. And it's the 3 of water, a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. The need to have more fun. Maybe this 3 of water is celebratory because we moved on. We left that old thing behind with the 8 of water. 8 plus 3 equals 11, and that equals 2, and that's more partnership and faith. That's a possibility. Some of us just need to be more social. For some of us, we have a party of 3 situation going on that may or may not be romantic, as in a love triangle. Overall energy is the 10 of earth. Beautiful energy. A happy family life. Financial security. And finding magic in the little things in life. Counting one's blessings. Being appreciative. You know, when we do see the little plants sprouting, we appreciate that. We appreciate the fact that we woke up in the morning. The sun is shining. The birds are chirping. Every single thing. We're grateful. Feminine, about herself this week as it relates to love, the world with Archangel Michael, a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude in the path toward enlightenment. The universe helping to ease us out of a situation that is no longer serving us or maybe the others with, whom we're involved or that are involved in whatever our circumstance is. So the universe stepping in with a quote unquote karmic energy in order to ease us out of that situation and into a new one. Some of us coming to an end with our quote unquote karmic relationships to make way for our divine relationship partnership. That's what's going on in some cases. For the masculine, with as it relates to the feminine, his feelings about the feminine, the King of Air. King of Air is brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. Well, the King of Air, the feminine this week may be taking on the traits of an air sign if she is not one. Again, an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. If not, he may be just thinking about her in a logical sense, that she makes sense. She is the reasonable choice, maybe the just choice. King of Air can also be representing the sign of Libra. She is the righteous choice. She's all of the above. She makes sense. She's intelligent. She's fair. She works with me. It's 50-50. She's just. She's righteous. There's equity between us. There's equality between us. This is what I want. And she's, not afraid to speak up for herself. And I feel like, she inspires me to want to be able to do that too, to find my voice and to use it as well. The masculine with regard to himself. The King of Fire, as he should be. The King of Fire is the quintessential divine masculine of the tarot. Motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic is the King of Fire. Also a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone taking on those traits or attributes. Focus, 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 and communicate with vision. Be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. Also, I just heard Mars in Leo. We had all those water cards in the beginning as well. Mars in Leo. Mars is a ruler of Scorpio. That can be what this is too. So someone taking on potentially Scorpio traits as well, not necessarily just fire element traits. About the union. The Six of Air. You want to move on to something better? That's the union. Things are looking up. It's the end of a difficult situation. We had trouble getting here. It was not an easy ride. It was kind of bumpy, but no more. Now, smooth sailing, as they say. Overall, the Knight of Air, who is intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. We know what we want. We're going to work to get it, and we won't stop until we have it. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options so you can come up with creative solutions. Because something may pop off, and I don't even know why it says take your time, because that's not a Knight of Air trait. If something pops off, the Knight of Air is going to take off running. Good, bad, and different. That's the way it is. I myself am a Knight of Air, so I'm not speaking against them. I'm not, necessarily speaking for us either, and saying that this, again, good, bad, or indifferent. We don't stop and take the time to think necessarily, but there is guidance here to do so. Outcome. The Knight of Fire. How cute is this, first of all? We have the Knight and the King of Air, and the King and the Knight of Fire as well. And I think that this is saying Mercury, Mars, Leo, those, and Aquarius. Everything that's going on in the sky, as above, so below, and right here on this table too. The Knight of Fire is passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. What would the masculine have the feminine do or surrender toward the union this week as it relates to love? The Six of Water. Memories from your history or childhood. Issues regarding children. Romanticizing the past. Well, the Six of Water is a soulmate card, or like the soulmate card, a past life relationship card of the tarot, certainly of the minor arcana. Two things are coming through with this. For one, and especially with it crossing the world and sitting here underneath the King of Air, this is a soulmate that needs to be released, like a karmic soulmate in some cases. Dismissed, finished, done. Again, crossing the King of Air, crossing the world, with us having started with the Queen of Air who cut stuff away. That's what this is. In other cases, he's asking her to basically surrender to her role as it relates to relationship. And because a lot of us, the feminine, we certainly want union and the union. But then at the same time, then we try to restrict it, and we do so much to the point that we've boxed it in, and now we want the union, but not like this, and we can't see how to even have it. He wants to just let go of that and just be are we, is there a thing between us or not? And you know the answer. So just stop with all the other stuff. That's what it means too. And there's a similar message actually in the general reading for the feminine too. I like the sixes as well. We got, again, both of the suit of air and fire, both the King and the Knight, and we have the Six of Water and the Six of Air. What was the masculine willing to do or surrender toward the union this week as it relates to love? Let go of his fear. Fear like trust issues. Fear of abandonment. Fears about money, that he's not going to be able to support you or even be 50-50 and be fair. He wants the equity, remember. He sees you as this impartial person that's going to meet him halfway, but he needs to be able to do it also. But he's going to let go of all the thoughts and worry about all that and have the faith, because twos also mean faith, that it's going to come to pass because the universe says it is. What would the universe, to speak of the universe, have the two of us to do or surrender toward the union this week? Ace of water. Open up to the new beginnings. Open your heart to receiving love. Wow. Falling in love, or the resurgence of a relationship. Some of us getting back together. Just cut the bullshit and get back together is what the universe says. Drop, and this is what the masculine says too, again, to some of us. Drop all of this, I don't know what you want to call it, inhibition and, well, no, inhibitions can be good. These would be prohibitions, rather. They're things that are prohibiting you. Yeah, drop those. And open yourself up to the new, to the brand new. That's what the universe wants of us this week. How freaking awesome is this? And letting go of lack and worry. So with that, I'm going to go to the hashtag creepy deck, beginning with true love. And opening to short term with this broken heart. Like this coming to an end too. If there's been pain and things not working out. True love. But into courting man. He could be that ace of water. Somebody acting like a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Very loving, very emotional, very warm. Maybe like the Knight of Water that wanted to be seen. Knights of Water tend to be of the suit of water, the one who is approaching you with some sort of invitation, wanting to take you out, maybe to court you. Opening to new love, Ace of Water. Brand new start with this courting man. New love. But there's some gossip. Five of Wands. Five of Air. Gossip. One more. Maybe it's this one. Again, this, I almost said, you know what I was going to say. Maybe it's her who's at the root of this foolishness. And actually conflict between, well, check out the general. That's all I'm going to say. There was a Five of Air situation in the general too. And it was rectified. Boom! Just like that, it was rectified. Same exact way. You'll see how though. Tune in. Man, the overall energy is twin flame this week. This is why they're jealous. Did you see the moon reading, the envy? You got to watch all three. And not just because, you know, I did them and you got to watch all three. That's it. That's just how I feel as a viewer right now. The masculine, work. Putting effort into love and maybe into his finances for the sake of love. Letting go of the fear that's been associated with it, but still putting in effort. And friendship. With spiritual growth on his mind. It also just came to me that this could be working with friendships either way. Working on healing a friendship, forming a friendship, working on severing a friendship as well. All for the sake of the spiritual growth. Feminine, destiny. Surrounded by triangle. I told you some of us had a karmic to rid ourselves of, and the masculine would like us to. Dating queen. in our subconscious with like several suitors coming our way. That might be what we're thinking about. We have like the ex that's still trying to get our attention. We have the current, the divine masculine wants to make his way in. We've already really chosen, but we haven't done maybe necessarily that good of a job in really severing the cords, and it has to happen. Frowning. It's an obstacle. At the root, there's a young male here. He may be the divine masculine. He may be something, or he may be someone in the way, you know. The heart of the matter, Ice King. The third wheel, if it's an actual person, which I think in a number of cases it is, this person very well is a Leo, an Aries, or an air sign. And they are an obstacle, and they're very like overbearing. In other cases, this young male is finally getting like his strength about him, like coming into his own to face obstacles as well. I'm here debating whether I should clarify or attempt to clarify, even check to see if this next card is upright, or go to the Romance Oracle. I think I'm going to go to the Romance Oracle. And it is upright. Wouldn't you know it? All right, let's see what this friendship maybe is about, if we can find that out. Young female crossing the young male. Maybe a partnership, a couple that met at work is quite the possibility. And the obstacles? Blonde female. That's a triangle. That's your triangle. For some of us, the triangle is the work. Like the third energy is the work. And the fact that the masculine has been, or had been prior, so focused on, these earnings and being able to financially support. Let's check out the destiny. Whoa. Fair male. Some of you, fair male is the destiny. You know what? It just came to me. No, he's still he's still who he always is. It was destined for, you guys to have your connection. And now it's destined for you to part ways. He's part of the triangle. He's still the karmic or the ex. It just came through. What's the next card? Let's see what the triangle's about. Yep, cutting him off for our freedom, for the sake of our freedom, or cutting off one of the three energies and getting back to that number 2 with which we started. That's what this is about, freedom. This guy, the Ice King, a wallflower. Again, I think for a number of people, this is the young male who definitely was this, and he's like growing into this. He's growing into a more, I don't want to say mature, but I guess mature and powerful being, like coming into his own. Not so much the wallflower anymore. Not this controlling entity, though. For some, well, the other option is the controlling entity. For some, this is overbearing, and for others, this is the young male coming to his own. So everything that I said before I laid the cards, now reflected by the cards. And now I will go to the Romance Oracle. Whoa! Beginning with soulmate. I got to tell you, the cards, I want to say that they fell, but if you can see, which it looks like you can, If you can see how very neatly and nicely the remainder of the cards are sitting here, they didn't fall. All of a sudden, they all like leapt off the table. I want to show you what they exposed. It's past love. They wanted to show us this. This is this karmic situation. These karmic situations that have to come to an end is what's being reflected here. All right. I'm starting with soulmate, though. Yes, this is your soulmate in the ongoing sense, as in the divine partner sense. We're moving on from the old soulmate that was karmic, because we got chemistry with somebody else now, and it's strong and magnetic, and we can't stay away from them. Soulmate. So we have to free ourselves from this three-way. It's time to take back control of your life, and from this like overbearing person, from this control. We don't want to be the puppeteer, we don't, nor the puppet. Soulmate. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Soulmate. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Soulmate, I'll go one more. It's trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith because it's a hot mess, basically. So many things that can be going on here. Trust now at the bottom. I'm going to cut. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And this card actually jumped out of my hand during the full moon reading, this engagement. Over all energy is unrequited love. Okay, just what we're looking at here. Again, what we've been discussing and what's now reflected in the cards and this past love that wanted to be seen. That's what the overall energy is. This person, this entity from which we have to free ourselves. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. A top work, retreat. So the masculine needs a break. It's time to disconnect from the world. Here, a top friendship. And your reason for either trying to strengthen a friendship or to sever one is all about calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Here, a top spiritual growth. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Maybe this is the red flag. This very red card that was staring me back in the face. And when I picked this up, underneath it, that short term is back. Also, it came to me, red flag has to do with the red planet, with Mars again. And this guy. Overbearing, Aries, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Feminine. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. That's here atop destiny. Atop freedom, with which I clarified the love triangle. Up, children. Your love life is being affected by children. For a good bit of us, this freedom is from our children's father, our child's father. That's the cord that hasn't been cut. We might not be with him anymore, and maybe even been some time. But there is a cord, because a lot of us don't know how to do this. We don't know, how far can I push this thing? I don't want to lose my child's father out of their life. but I don't want them in my life anymore either, to the, greater than the extent that they have to be, where it's for me, only for the child. So it's like trying to figure out how short to cut your hair. Up to what point, am I allowed to cut before I am potentially causing a problem with my child's father, and we're not going to be able to get along, and he's not going to want to see his child. And we put all this on ourselves. We females and feminine, we put this burden on our own backs. He's not going to want to see his child. He's not going to want to pay. He's not going to want to whatever if I don't cater to him and kiss his ass. If he doesn't want to pay I may be the wrong one to discuss this with or to be saying anything about it, because I don't believe in child support, because for this very reason, I believe if you take care of your child because you want to take care of your child. You see your child because you want to see your child. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It doesn't have anything to do with money. It doesn't have anything to do with, ideologies, beliefs. You have love in your heart for your child, and you know that they need support, and that's what it means to be a parent, to support. You either naturally want to do that because you want to, or you don't. And far be it from me to get involved. There's going to be a judge for you. Karma always comes around. So that's my personal belief. But whether you believe in child support, don't believe in child support, you're receiving it, you're not receiving it, this is our big quagmire. What is the tie? Up to what point can I cut these ties with my child's father? The universe guides us to feel comfortable in just severing completely, saying, please, Archangel Michael, cut every last one of every last negative emotion and or cord of attachment between me and this man. Every single one. And having the faith and the trust that things will work out from there. That's what we're guided to do. Here at Top Dating Queen, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. You don't have to choose one of these suitors. In fact, again, you can get to severing and be patient because your partner is here calling you in. Crowning. Passion atop this obstacle, wasn't it? An obstacle to this blonde female, or redhead, as I would say. She's been blocked, but you want to, reach her. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. In some cases, what this is saying is, in some cases, we've been our own block. We've been our own obstacle. Because we haven't allowed ourselves to just be with who makes us happy and to just be happy. We've helped to put these obstacles in front of our own face. They're like self-imposed. Or we allowed other people, judgments and ideologies to put them in front of us so that we could, cater to them, like what I was just discussing with the father. But it happens on both sides. At the root, atop this young male, was he there first or was there anything underneath him? Young male, okay. Atop the young male, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So not allowing ourselves to be controlled, whether we are actually a young male or a female or we're older or whatever the case is, not allowing ourselves to be controlled, instead putting ourselves first and foremost and directing our own lives. Cutting this string, cutting these cords. The heart of the matter, atop this guy, the Ice King, you deserve love. You are lovable. Don't let him stop you from getting it. I have to show you, I just bent over to pick up the cards that fell. It was all of the Angel Tarot that fell, and only this one from that very neat pile that was topped by past love, only twin flame fell off. You see what happened here? So those cards telling the same story, letting go of the past love, of the karmic relationship, and making way, vacating the space for the quote unquote twin flame. And an extra bit of advice from my Egyptian oracle, beginning with the 10 of Hearts. And the 10 of Hearts is it's about having a clear plan. So being very king of air, like the masculine sauce in the first spread, logical, right? Intelligent. We can come up with a clear solution and be definitive, decisive about it. That's what this card is about. It's about perseverance, sticking it out. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's about perseverance and sticking it out, and remaining firm about your decisions in your life and your love life. And this one is about healing as it appears. And you see there's 1, 2, 3 gentlemen. Well, 2 that it looks like they're actually working on healing him. This one looks like he may be like their assistant or something. And they've blown smoke, and the smoke has risen in the shape of Horus as a hawk. I don't know if you guys are able to see that. So this is like the rising sun, the rebirth of the sun. Like he's going through a metamorphosis and he's going to rise again. That's what this one is about. But I was also actually opening to, what is this? The 5 of Hearts, which is about happy family, and emotional fulfillment. And 5s are about change. So like, you know, moving towards something, toward happiness. 10 of Hearts and the 2 of Hearts. 2 of Hearts asks us, like, which master do we serve? Who do we serve? Or who's going to make our decision as to what makes us happy? Us or somebody else? And here we see Isis here on this building. And some people looking like they're about to enter the palace, maybe for a party or something. Two of Hearts. And the Queen of Spades. Aquarius, maybe. Spades represents air or swords. Snake. Maybe she's a seraph. In this deck, the Queen of Spades is not necessarily a nice person. And I'm not getting that that's what it's supposed to represent for us today. I think it is about remaining fair and decisive. That aspect of a Queen of Spades. And cutting off what is not serving us. Including friends that aren't really friends. They're frenemies. They are snakes that are trying to sneak up to us behind our backs. Maybe people with whom we worked in some cases, you know, for the masculine. That's why he's severing a friendship. Two of Hearts. I'm going to cut. King of Clubs. Clubs represent pentacles, coins. So this would be kind of like a King of Earth. And here is more healing. healing. Maybe so that we can be reborn, as we were talking before. Because who do we have here but Osiris? I can tell this is Osiris by the way his legs are wrapped up. Right? His legs are still mummified. And here's his crook and flail and his hat, of course. And here's Horus again, sitting with him. So this about the sun rising and about death and rebirth, letting old stuff go for new stuff to give way for new things. In this case, in new things in love. And the Seven of Hearts, this guy's a scribe, maybe working under thought. He has thought here as an ibid. He's eager to communicate, this young man. Obviously, he wants to write out some thoughts. But this is also about approaching things from a logical standpoint, thinking things through, clarity of mind, clarity of thought, clarity of, focus, like an air sign, an Aquarius again, maybe. Or so even in love and approaching relationships, what this can certainly be about, it's with the element of hearts. We're going to look at it from a logical point of view. From the hashtag creepy deck to the masculine, gifts. Some of them may be celebrating birthdays. That came to mind first. The last time I pulled this card for the masculine for gifts, I felt that he had missed the feminine something or other. And a bunch of you got back to me. Yep, he missed my graduation. I think I named a few things too. And it's yep, he missed my graduation, he missed my birthday, whatever. But I think this time it's for him. And maybe we won't forget in his case. We won't be as forgetful as he was. And you'll be getting him a gift or something. He has something to celebrate. Feminine, open relationship. That could be one of the moves you're making. Again, opening up something, opening the space for the relationship by removing the karmic energy. From the romance angels to the masculine, boom, soulmate is back. Yes, this is your soulmate. Again, second reading of the night, or maybe third reading of the night with soulmate and twin flame showing up. Booyah. And for the feminine from the romance angels, healing family issues. There you go. It's going to keep, reassuring us of exactly what the situation is here so that we can work on it and fix it. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but not just your parents. It's anybody in your life by whom you are so impacted that you cannot move on with that life or love or your love life. We have to heal those relationships. We can heal them by repairing them, and we can heal them by walking away and or severing cords. And even in relationships that we're repairing, we can still ask that the cords of negative emotion and or negative attachment be severed. Why do we want to hold on to this at all? In either case, if I'm still going to be your friend, I don't want the negative that's associated with you. And I don't want you to have any negative associated with me. And if we're not going to be anymore, I still don't want it. So that's why we have to heal these issues. From the angels to the masculine, the Knight of Water. Didn't I talk about him? He's emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. Falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, and an invitation to a social event. And I talked about here at the heart of the matter, a Scorpio, perhaps specifically. That's the only water sign that I saw the potential for being a part of this, or those Scorpio's traits, because of this very Mars-like energy that was coming from the card to me. So maybe he's inviting you to his birthday party, or out with him, to celebrate something like that. Yeah. I guess he could be the one getting the gift too, but I just felt initially gift is going toward him. Invitation could be going toward him too. He could be the recipient as well. And boom, here's that Mars energy I was talking about. It's the Emperor with Archangel Michael. Organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. The Emperor is in Aries, which is also ruled by Mars, or a Leo, or a Sagittarius. And lastly, from my Egyptian oracle to the masculine, the Four of Clubs. I will read this for them. And for the feminine, the Queen of Diamonds. Both look very happy. The Four of Clubs. Friend, trusted friend, serenity in relationships. Okay, we've been talking about friendships with the masculine. Serenity in relationships, even among our family, we find both moral and practical support as well as serenity. Friendship is first of all to be given without waiting for reciprocity. That means like it's not necessarily going to be reciprocated. It's just like unconditional love. Like we're offering it, but we don't know if they're going to give it back to us. Those unable to give will see sincerity and womanly affection fade from their lives. So this is another message that we have to be able to both give and receive. It's 50-50. Love has to be allowed and able to pass both ways or it doesn't work. Advice. Try asking your best friend what she likes about you and what could be improved. Don't be afraid of the answers, since they're what will bring you closer to the person who gives them to you. Queen of Diamonds, married woman, a mother with children. I can't make this stuff up. Y'all saw me shuffle and deal these cards, okay? But I've been talking about, here's your message. Feminine energy in loving harmony. A woman protects us and loves us. Her proximity may help us and lead us by the hand. Work and family are stable or even improved by her influence. Like the masculine said in the first spread about how she makes him feel as her king of air. You know, she's a leader, she's diplomatic, all of that. It's critical to avoid getting attached to this type of woman, as our independence and decision-making capacity could be compromised. So what they're saying is when you get attached, that's attached is, I was just talking about severing attachment, because that's codependency. But that doesn't mean you can't, fall in love with her and be equal with her, 50-50. Here's their advice, though. The cards would never advise you to marry or become engaged. However, try asking to those you really love if they would be willing to intertwine their lives permanently with yours. Their response must be listened to carefully and seriously. You may be able to make key decisions depending on the feelings you receive. So this is about keeping it real, being honest about our feelings both ways, love passing both ways. You don't have to marry me, but, could you see yourself with me? And then what's the real answer? Be honest about it, and vice versa. Logical thinking and emotions coming together. Mars in Leo, Venus in a beautiful transit with Mercury. And there's something going on with Jupiter. It might be Pluto toward the end of the week that I think was going to help us too. I hope that you guys enjoy the love reading and find it helpful. Namaste, angels.